Yes, guys, welcome from me, Change Manager 0102, Salford City. We are still going strong. We're still going strong with Salford City. We're coming up to the halfway stage in the Premier League. So, season 4, we've obviously had our back-to-back promotions. Back-to-back. I think the last video was my live video, I believe. So I'm going to tell you where we are at. You can see we are at Christmas. We're coming up to Christmas 2025. Are you ready for this? Okay, here we go. We are third in the Premier League. It's not shabby. At all. We're doing ourselves quite proud. Now, I think I thought of something on the last video, or the last live video. I said about adding new formation. I don't think I actually went to it. I don't think I did. So I will show you it. Now, it isn't actually that. It was initially something like that. However, I've literally just altered it yesterday. And that's where we're at. Now, that Nimia is just absolutely insane. Look at that dribbling, 27. And I think I put it out in the last video that he has signed a new contract. I have managed to add a new patch to the update. Now, this is a patch that does affect this saved game, and it affects any new games. And it's not a patch as such. You all know what Sedgeford is, yeah? Right, now, just to remind you, if you don't know, Sedgeford will bring up, case sensitive, will bring up all the players with a PA of 160 that are interested, that are available. Now, you all know what this is, don't you? School. Now, you might remember, that brings up all players under 19 with a PA of 180 at least. Now we've got a new thing in town. This is key. I can supply the offsets for this if you wish. No club, case sensitive. This now brings up, as you can expect, all players without a club with a minimum PA of 150. Okay, it just filters out all the fucking shit. I didn't know you could have that. I requested it and I got it. Basically, if you didn't have that patch, you'd have fucking pages and pages of absolute shit players. So, the problem is, right, there isn't a massive amount of difference between no club and Sedgeford. Sedgeford, I think, is a PA of 160, I think. And this, or 170, and this is a PA of 150. I think something like that. So, anyway, that's that. So, let's go back to the game in hand. We are still riding high in the Europa League. We've just knocked out AEK. In terms of our money, now the money is scary. It is scary, but don't panic. Don't fucking shit yourselves. All right, because we are selling some players. We are getting rid of Konsa, who has been shitting 2 games for us, but we are getting rid of him for a good amount of money, for 18 million, and we're also selling Jovic, who we're making a bit of money on, who's done shit for me in 7 games. So we are going to recoup in, as you can see, best part of £31 million. We are bringing in a couple of players, and going back to that no club patch there, he's not great, but he is going to be our replacement, and he is going to arrive on a free transfer. We're also going to bring in this young central midfielder. Looks decent. Looks decent indeed. Very young. Even if we end up flogging him for a little bit of profit. Algarov doesn't look too bad. He's got a nice finishing ability there. We'll see how he flares up. Leighton Baines is a member of staff who I'm just made an approach for. And I've made an approach for that guy as well. Govora. Not too bad. I'm just looking really at a bit of depth. This guy here, Doc. The reason I've gone for him, I haven't got the money for him at the minute, but somebody wrote it on the Facebook group about he's an insane player, so I wanted to keep an eye on him, and he's only worth £2.1 million. So, let's take a look. I mean, predominantly, that's been our main lineup. I noticed when I replayed one of my videos back, if I make errors, and I'm only fucking human, I do make errors. I just happened to point out, I was talking about this guy, Elijah, and I think I called him Elijah Kane. And I'm not sure why I called him Elijah Kane. I haven't got a fucking clue, but I meant Elijah Campbell. Just a little correction there. Feel like the Sun newspaper. I apologise for my error. But he's turning absolutely fucking amazing. And it's really funny, right? Because do you remember I said to you, I brought 3 players that I had all on successful loan spells. Elijah Campbell was one of them. Cade Gordon was the other. And the third I've actually sold. It was Adingra. He didn't really make it. I mean, we made some money from, you know, we had to balance the books. I mean, if you look at who arrived, I mean, Lavia has been superb, and he was always going to, you know, we needed something special from him. Guia, if that's how you pronounce it, Guia, doing well. Lafont has been ever present, number 1. Jovic is going. Kaiki, I think he's had a red card. I think he's had a couple of injuries. Gittins, he's not great. Gittins. Atta is not great. I mean, I say not great, but he's got that decisions and dribbling. I always think when you see a player with 2 or 3 attributes that have surpassed 20, you think there must be something special about that cunt. Vimiran, he's come in for 2 games, 6 subs, and look how well he's done. So very, very pleased with my setup indeed. So we fast approach then the halfway stage. We are we still in the League Cup? Yes, we are. League Cup quarter-finals. We've got Newcastle United. I think, though, let's just see. Yeah, we went through Leeds. So we got thrashed against Man City somewhere. I'm sure we did. Where did we get thrashed? To be honest with you, I was pissed off because I was in such good form, and then all of a sudden, you know, Man City fucking thrashed me. So I think the last game, Man City actually spent a fucking fortune of money. I'm sure they did. You know, you can't ever say that AI don't spend money, because normally they don't. But I mean, it's funny because £205 million as AI is crazy. It's good to see. It's fucking good to see. Even last season, 80 million, 14, 28 in it, right? Okay. So that is that. And that is where we are then, guys. In terms of our reserves, it's still a whole load of showers of shit. What I did do, I think I may have done this on my last one. I promoted a couple of players from my reserves into my seniors. I should take the goalkeepers off really. Players like this, you know, they're decent players. They could probably come in and do something, but I think it was that centre midfielder as well. Did I list him? Yeah, I did. Just to give me a little bit of depth. And as you can see, my most on-form player has been Nimia, by far. Absolutely by far. Look at him. Fucking crazy. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed the Salford update. It was only going to be a quick one. Got one more video to do. Till next time, guys, from me, take it easy.